Folks, you're listening to your favorite radio station, and now it's time for your favorite segment with the lovely and talented Susana Baker. Remember, you're listening to your favorite Wall Street Network station. Susana, hello today.
Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm even better because I'm about to drink a beautiful cup of coffee.
And the coffee's getting better and better in this station, I gotta tell you.
Well, I can tell you from the looks of your guest over here, he looks like Giorgio Armani, so I think you're going to be in good hands.
Isn't he handsome?
I can't believe it. I feel terrible that I wore a shirt and a hat. I look like garbage.
No, you never look like garbage.
Thank you.
Let me tell you. And remember, someone's garbage is someone else's treasure.
Oh.
Well, with that said, I have to tell you, this city is a magical city. It's phenomenal. It's got an influx of so many cultures and people from all over the world. But one of the greatest things is that Miami is a city of expression, of cultures, heritage. It has one of the largest population of lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgenders. It has a community that embraces and welcomes the equality that all people are treated the same or should be. And, in order for that to happen, that didn't happen overnight. That took a lot of passion, commitment, pillars of the community that came together, and real mentors that continue to show and educate children who might feel different or seem different. And through leadership, there is no one better that I have met and been reading on than Victor Diaz-Herman. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Susana, and thank you for the introduction.
Oh, well, it's well-deserved. I mean, you started as an FSU graduate, 10-year tenure at the YMCA as a leadership director. I mean, that really opens the role and puts you molded for the community of Miami. Now, you were born and raised in Miami.
That's right.
And so tell us a little bit of why you geared yourself into knowing that you wanted to be in a leadership role.
That's a good question. Why I wanted to, I think I just fell into a leadership role, to be honest.
Okay. Sort of like my daddy.
Exactly. I grew up in Miami, and I was very fortunate to have a father, but I also was raised by two moms. And growing up in the gay community, never knew that there was a place like Pridelines for young people who identified as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or who were just questioning their own sexuality, or allies of the community. And right out of college, I went to go work for the Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, and was introduced to this organization through a friend as a volunteer. And for the first time, when I volunteered at their annual prom, for the first time I experienced something that was amazing. I was watching young people feel comfortable with themselves, feeling that they could hold each other's hands, that they didn't have to shy away from who they were because of fear of prejudice or discrimination. And that was just something that, even though I grew up in an LGBTQ home and family, I had never experienced that with people my own age. And as a result, I was so impressed that I got more involved with the organization. I joined their board, and then eventually I was asked to be the executive director. So I really did fall into this, but I have to say it was always driven by passion.
Absolutely, I could see that, because I think that, at the end of the day, it has to be the passion and the commitment, because when you empower and you're the voice to empower these youth that eventually will become leaders, it's so important to touch a youth and empower them, especially when they're going through their own questions of their sexuality. And so I kudos to you. I tip my hat to you, because it's not an easy thing. And I knew about Pridelines because I had an employee who worked with me. He was very dear to me. He was my executive assistant. And I had asked him, when did you tell your parents that you were gay? How did they treat you? And, it was a general answer that I hear a lot. Well, my dad, he wrote me off. My mom was a little bit crying. But what really helped me was Pridelines. And I said, what's that? He goes, well, it's a place that, after high school we go to, and, and really it's a place you walk in and you don't feel, no one is prejudiced. You don't feel that you're being laughed at or uncomfortable. You're really in a setting, and that was the first time I started to take pride in what I felt and my sexuality and my choices as a human being and the right to choose,
That's amazing.
And so that's when I heard of Pridelines. Now, I've also been an advocate in all kinds of philanthropy around town, and I help. And I know this weekend, one of your biggest galas, A Night in Havana, is going to come up. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I would love to tell you about it. A Night in Havana is the theme for this year's annual gala. This is our largest fundraiser of the year, and it is going to be an amazing event. This year we've chosen the Westin Colonnade in Coral Gables as our venue, and if you've never been there, Susana, you have to check it out. It is a beautiful setting, a historic building. It has a rotunda, a two-level rotunda that has floor-to-ceiling, I think it's 60 feet. It's beautiful. I mean, the setting is gorgeous. And the event is going to begin with an hour-long cocktail and silent auction, followed by some live performances by several well-known lounge singers, like Carla. I always forget Carla's last name, which is terrible, and the very famous Mari Trini, who is a well-known female impersonator who will be doing some Celia performances. And then we're going to be honoring two of our largest supporters and an organization and an individual that, quite honestly, without their hard work and dedication throughout the years, we may not even be here today. The Miami Foundation is, to date, one of our largest funders through their LGBTQ Community Projects Fund. And Josue Santiago, Josue Santiago was a former youth member who became one of our youth council presidents, actually began our youth council. And at the time that the organization, several years back, was coming close to closing its doors, he stepped up, joined the board, and through his leadership, the board and the staff was able to get enough money to keep our doors open. So I can't imagine an organization or individual more worthy of this honor this year.
Absolutely. Those sacrifices are well to be recognized. And I have to tell you, again, it's Saturday, August 10th, A Night in Havana. It takes you back to the 1950s. And so basically you're just transforming that magical evening to recognize and honor the Miami Foundation and Jose Santiago. And more than anything, how can a youth or maybe somebody, one of our listeners, ArtTalk listeners, or South Florida Business Today, that are listening to us that might have a child going through questioning, or themselves as a parent, do you offer support groups, and what kind of programs is Prideline?
So we work directly with the young people.
Okay.
However, if there is a parent that would like support, we can definitely refer them to several of our partners that do provide programming for and services for adults. We cater to LGBTQ youth and their straight allies between the ages of 14 and 24. What we do is we offer a drop-in center, the only LGBTQ drop-in center in Miami-Dade County and the oldest in South Florida, where young people can come and take advantage of our David Bonnet Cyber Center. They can use our Wi-Fi in our conference room and study hall to get tutoring, to do one-on-one counseling, to help apply for college, look for jobs, resume building. They can also participate in our evening programs, usually beginning at 6 o'clock and going on until 8. Those are usually peer-led discussion groups. Our signature group, which is what founded us back in 1982, is called Rainbow Circle, and that still happens every Monday. We do sexual education courses, HIV and STI prevention education. We do art courses. We partner with several organizations to come in and facilitate programs such as the Museum of Contemporary Art in North Miami, with other organizations like the AIDS Health Foundation, Care Resource. And then we provide meals to our youth once a night. We provide snacks for them all day. And if they aren't in the mood to come to our center, we do youth enrichment activities, which are larger event-style programs, which happen outside of the center, like our annual prom. This year, I think it was our 18th year producing the
Wow.
LGBTQ youth prom.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And we do boat trips. We take them to conferences. We produce a leadership camp.
You're also part of the executive team of the White Party, right?
I'm actually the chair for the Winter
well,
Party
excuse
Festival.
me.
Yes. I'm the
Let's
chair
get
for the
that
Winter
right.
Party
All right, that's
Festival.
right.
Get it right,
A
Susan.
lot of years to get up to that level.
Yeah.
Believe me, well, excuse me, we have a lot of talking to do.
And that's produced by the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, which is another amazing organization.
In all
Well, I
your
have
your
to
free
say,
time, right?
And all my free time.
right, right.
Can we get people to know your website? Give us your website, your Pridelines Youth Services, and your phone number.
Absolutely. Our web address is www.pridelines with an S at the end .org. Our phone number is 305-571-9601. And I want to make one last mention to one of the most important things that we do at Pridelines, which is we provide referral services for at-risk youth, and most importantly, we have for the last 31 years been dealing with and addressing the issue of LGBTQ youth homelessness, especially for those between the ages of 18 and 24. And we always want to hear from those young people who are at risk and who need a place to stay so that we can make sure that they get the services that they require.
I love it. I have to tell you, everybody, please pick up the phone, go to Pridelines with an S. .org, Youth
.org.
Services,
No, just pridelines.org.
Pridelines.org, and Western Colonnade. Meet me. We're going to ourselves donate for art and culinary tours to Wynwood and Design District.
Thank you so much.
And that's definitely, and I'm going to see if I get some great artists also to donate. And let's all empower these youth and continue the great work. How much are the tickets?
They're $100 for a general admission and $150 for a VIP, which includes our special VIP casino and lounge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And attire?
Attire is, I like to say, tropical chic, whatever that means. So think,
My father would say casual chic.
yeah, think slacks and guayaberas, just no jeans, no shorts.
Okay, Havana 1950, here we go. Thank you, Victor Diaz-Herman.
Thank you, and thank
Continue the
everyone.
great work at Pridelines Youth Services.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.